Hello everyone, thank you for joining me here today. Now, I was going to do the final video and make the journal, but I had so much stitching left to do that I thought I'd just do this short little video and I'd show you sections of me stitching parts of the last pieces down and then go to some close-ups. Now, if you're doing slow stitching, you know it takes quite a while, and this has actually taken me quite a while to do this piece. There's lots of little pieces here that need to be sewn down. I'm just using a running stitch, and in some sections I'm using a little bit of back stitch if I think it needs to be tacked down a little firmer. I'm using a Sashiko needle, but you can use any needle. I often switch between my Sashiko and my embroidery needles, and I'm using different weights of crochet thread here, simply what I have that I just want to use up. So it's just a very easy project. It's just that it has lots and lots of edges, and because I'm going to use it as a book cover and possibly give it as a gift, I want to just make sure that all the little edges are actually sewn down. So if this is the first video you've watched, I've got a collection of modern fabrics. Sorry for the little bit of blur there. Vintage doilies, like the little lilac that you can see near my thumb there, that I've cut from pieces of old embroidery that may have been stained or had holes in them, and were basically were picked up cheaply at op shops. And I've just cut away a little bit there so I don't cover up the lilac. Old handkerchiefs that had embroidery on them as well, and a number of, as I said, vintage laces. I have a lot of lace. I've also used some crocheted doilies, etc., just to get a variation of things that I can stitch down. Now I usually start, the back layer is an old serviette that I've cut to the size I need, and I start the process by laying down the fabrics. If you go back to part 1, I show you how I do that, and then basically after that I add a layer on top of that, and then I start stitching. So that little bit in the corner I finished off there. Now I'm moving along. The other thing I didn't mention is I have a little bit of velvet ribbon that I'm about to sew there. You can just see it under my finger. That's something I have just added a little bit of, just for that little stronger pop of colour. Now I don't have a pattern for the book cover. I'm just going to do that as I go along. It's going to be a simple book cover, one where I can remove it from this book and put it onto another notebook, because notebooks are usually standard sizes. But as I said, I just want to make sure that everything's well tacked down, because if it's going to be used on a daily basis, it needs to be quite firm. I'm not going to do a lot of stitching, a lot of extra stitching on top of that. I'm just going to do this little bit of stitching, and once I finish tacking down, there's a few areas here. I think I've got 3 or 4 areas where I'm just going to tack down the last pieces. That will be it for this, the actual sewing part, and then the next part will be the actual making part. I'm happy with the composition. I like all the flowers, etc. As I look at it now, next time I might consider making it more a scene or a picture, that's another option. I mean, the things that I do are basically just to give you ideas so that if you want to go off and create something, you can. Give you very basic beginner skills, ideas about how to set things up and what stitches you need. I'm trying to do projects that don't require lots of um, purchases. For example, if you want to do this, you might have some linen. You might be able to access some cheap linen from your op shop. You may just have some laces or something that you can use. But I don't want projects to be really expensive, so you have to go out and buy lots and lots of things. I also just want the projects to be sort of really easy and relaxing. I find slow stitching very, very relaxing, and it's easy to do. There are no rules. You can just basically stitch as you like. I mean, I could have done this in a colored thread if I'd wanted to, but I actually want the pieces to stand out, which is the reason I didn't do that. So each little piece, every piece of lace, every little piece of embroidery, every little piece of fabric, I want them to stand out rather than um, my top stitching to stand out. So this little piece here is just a piece of doily that has a little butterfly in the center. So I've tried to capture some of that butterfly. And I've used a lot of this doily because I've also liked to get out a box of something and use everything up. I'm always patting it down to make sure that it's stabilized, because I also did use some fabric glue to tack these down. As you can see, I'm not using any pins. I find pins annoying for this process, but everyone can do what they like. So I finished off that section, and I just decided there was a bit of a hole here that needed something a little extra, and I hadn't tacked down the lilac colored fabric at the back, so I just found this little piece of vintage flowery lace, and I've decided just to quickly tack that into this section. Again, the techniques are all very simple here. This is just a running stitch with occasional back stitching if I think it needs a little bit more strength in an area. Basically just cutting and top stitching everything down. I haven't done any traditional applique turning for any of these pieces. And as you can see, I've just placed them where I feel that they sort of sit. The colours are quite soft because a lot of there's a bit of random lace there. Colours are quite soft. I'm just trying to work out if I've actually sewn that piece down. So I'm going to go back in the opposite direction because I've got another butterfly that needs sewing down in this direction. You can see that crochet, again, that piece of crocheted doily. There's a little bit of a butterfly there. It's a bit hard to see. I've left all the little threads sticking out there on that piece. That's fine. I don't need to move those or take them off. It's fine. I do like the floral fabric that I was given at the back. It's really pretty, that fabric. I must look out for more things like that because I really like that. And it's given me an idea, just checking. I don't think I've got that area down. So I got out my little box of pieces again because I had a few little holes that I needed to cover up. I often sit back and look at it from a distance, make sure that I've got lots of things and it's pretty covered. Just looking what I've got in here. Some of these are polyester, and I'm not using any polyester lace in this one. I'm trying to just use cotton laces, but I've, I've got all these bits and pieces and I'm still struggling to find something that I want to actually use. I found this nice big centerpiece that I'd cut from a larger doily. So I think those two pieces will be put in place. So let's just attach this one. Now I've just noticed that this piece here with the hand done embroidery, the lace is not actually tacked down, and the piece with the rose flower is not tacked down at this edge. So by just going along that way, I'll be able to do that. Now this is the glue that I use. It's actually a glue that it's called ODIF 505. It's actually a glue that is a temporary adhesive glue which is transparent, washable, doesn't gum needles. It's a quilting glue which I assume is basically more used for sewing machine work, but I've been trying it out. I like it. It's very, very strong. You don't need very much of it at all. Now you can see I'm not putting in a lot of stitches here. I'm basically just tacking this down with running stitch, and I've had a good look at it, and none of these pieces are actually going to come off. You'd really have to pull them and tug them or cut the threads for them to come off, so I'm not really worried about them coming off. This is a nice little piece. I don't know if I have any more of that, but it is really pretty. I'll have to have a look. I've been cleaning out boxes this week, trying to find bits and pieces, and I did a video on a bit of a slow stitch treasure hunt the other day, I think I called it, where I went through a box and I was looking for laces that I could use in this project. I'm slowly reorganizing my studio area so that I can find things a bit easier and making piles of things that I can donate to my craft group or to my actual local op shop. Just moving a few things out of the way there because the edge of the piece is bumping into other things and just it's starting to get annoying. So you can see there are lots of different little things happening here. This has taken me quite a few days to do. I haven't been constantly working on it though, but I didn't feel up to working on it constantly this week. So there's another piece here you can see at the top that I'll actually have to sew down as well. But that's where I'm going to finish the sewing for today, and now I'm just going to show you a few close-ups so you can see the pieces I've used a bit more clearly. We've got a bit of a different frame set up because I haven't worked out how to do slideshows properly yet, but I just wanted to show you some better close-ups. So you can see the vintage lace there, the vintage doilies, and how I've basically just raw edged them to the top. So I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. In the next one, I will be actually making the book cover. Thank you for being here. If you liked the video, please hit the like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now, everyone. Have a great day.